Okay, today we will learn about the HTTP protocol. So let's start. What are the protocols? So let's see the meaning of protocol. Translate.google.com protocol. Right. Sister rules. Right. Some standard way of communication. Right. शिष्टाचार आचरण किस टाइप से हमें बात करनी चाहिए रूल्स. What are the primitive protocols? TCP and UDP. These are the basic protocols. Here, let's see how does it work. See, in TCP protocol, it is synchronous, right? It is based on the acknowledgement and it makes a permanent connection. But in case of UDP, that is not the case. It follows different path every time. Right? Let's see more examples here. Slower but more reliable transfer. Typically, FTP, web browsing, email, faster but not guaranteed. Live streaming, online game, VoIP. Let's see. It works on the transport layer. These are the OSI model layer. Let's see UDP. Packet. Can you see? Source, destination, LAN, checksum. These kind of packet goes transfer over the UDP. So, for example, if your data has 4 packets, right? So, in case of TCP, it will always follow the same path. But in case of UDP, it may follow another path as well, right? All the packet may follow packet path, right? A single channel will get established and they will always follow the same path. It takes high resources. UDP, you may receive response from any of the channel, right? Each packet will have its own path. Okay. Now comes to the important HTTP. HTTP protocol is made over TCP only. And what is it? Let's see. HTML, CSS, Web API, JavaScript, then HTTP protocol. Right? This is how it works. A client makes a request to the server and gives the response. How does this communication happens? You can see here. What is HTTP? Get request index.html, it gives the 200 path. Right? We can see the same thing here as well. There is a developer tool. You can open a network tool is here. Let's reload. Right? On top of it, for C 304 not modified get request, right? Okay, these all are get request. 200. It is serving from the cache of browser. All files, right? So all files are getting served over the HTTP protocol only, right? You can see HTTP, HTTPS, right? HTTPS is also a protocol based on the HTTP only, but it is a secure. It follows, you can see it. Your connection is secure. How it is secure? Password credit card is private when it is sent to the site. Certificate. It uses a certificate, SSL certificate, to encrypt your data. That's it. Okay. Coming back to the HTTP browser that request. This is how communication happens with the HTTP only. Right? Let's try to understand it from some other websites. Right? Let's see the practical application before moving on it. Hmm. So basically, your browser has implemented the HTTP protocol. That's why you are able to make the HTTP. Is the protocol a set of rules that your browser has implemented, right? Similarly, let's open the Postman. Postman has its own application as well, but let's see it on browser only. You can download an application as well, like this. Getting started free. Okay. Do you have a request API specification based on not yet? Okay. Let's start. These are the templates. Let's close all these things, right? You can go here, uh, new collection. Okay, learning. Okay, inside that you can add a request. Okay, here we have a way to make a. It is a HTTP client. It has implemented. It is in the browser, but if you would open the application, that application must have used some of used one of the library of HTTP client, right? So, for example, we can make a get request for the same URL here, right? Can get the HTML content. See, let's see. It is 200. Okay, we got the HTML content, right? In the same way, it comes at the browser end as well, right? But browser is the engine. Browser also provides the engine which renders your page very well, right? Okay, now let's see one more application, JavaScript API call demo. Let's see how do we make. There are four ways to make a JavaScript API call: XML, HTTP request, fetch, Axios, jQuery. So these XML, HTTP request and fetch are the basic. This Axios and jQuery internally uses them only. Right? So let's see the fetch. Fetch is the latest one. This is the older one, XML, HTTP request. So this is how we create the request and open, and we get the response. Okay. By default, we receive the response in a string format. We will need to pass it into the JSON, right? We receiving the by depleting E6 by the introduction of fetch. Fetch. This is how it works. Okay. Let's forget about the other. Let's see JavaScript. Uh, let's JavaScript API call tutorial. Let's see. Fetch. This is how in JavaScript it is writing the request. Let's see how can we use it in. and render the data into the HTML page. So we are making an API call JSON placeholder, and we have warning. But let's print this data into the HTML. This is how we are getting the results and printing into the. See, we are able to print into the HTML, right? So what is happening here? We got the result, and result converting into result.json, right? So this is how it works. Practical applications. Let's go with the HTTP. HTTP stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol. It is a protocol used to access the data on the web. Generally, can be used to transfer data. Protocol is shown as hypertext, similar to the FTP, as it also transfers the files from one host to another. But HTTP is simpler than FTP, as HTTP uses only one connection, no connection control to transfer files. There is no connection control. HTTP used to carry the data in the form of MIME. HTTP is similar to the SMTP as the data is transferred between the client and server. HTTP differs from the SMTP in the way messages are sent from the client to the server and from the server to the client. SMTP messages are stored and forwarded while HTTP are delivered immediately. And SMTP is also a protocol which we use for email, simple mail transfer protocol. FTP is file transfer protocol, connectionless, media independent, stateless. Right, you guys can read about this HTTP protocol from here. Right, a client that wants to access a document in an internet URI, you can go through it. Right. Okay. Overview of the HTTP on the Mozilla. It's a good site actually. It contains a good source for reading. See, HTTP flow. Open a TCP connection. The TCP connection is used to send a request, server receive. Right? So get host accept language. It accepts string. Right? These are some metadata which hints the protocol to behave differently based on the parameter. Read the response sent by the server, such as this. Like it is giving you updated some metadata as well. What kind of content is it, right? So that it can treat it accordingly. Yeah. So our APIs, um, tools like Fetch and XML HTTP doesn't understand the content type. So we explicitly call response.json, or we convert that string into the JSON. But our browser understands this thing. So whenever we encounter text.html, it understand the content type and render on the browser with the help of engine, right? version of the protocol, right? Understand this, all those things from here, you will understand the HTTP protocol. So that's it. Any doubt you can comment. I will try to respond there, and you can read more about it. But it is very important, right? The most important. It is important. Like I can show you a practical example where we generally use this kind of APIs. Now, load city based on state. Let's open some registration form where we generally get the based on the city and see, select name city on change, right? On the change of the country, we are getting its value, making an API call, and we are feeding the data into the state, right? This is how it works. This is the drop down. We can, if there is any demo, we can see inserting data, okay, CRUD and all, right? So we have any, okay, there is no posted site, but this is how it works, right? Sign in form. Uh, let's open sign in form of some site, right? Like DPS school. Let's open any site, see if it is on this session. Pre-nursery, right? Okay, there is no. Let's see. Hmm, Okay, here we have a registration. Let's see if we are getting. Okay, there is no option, but let's see if we have any code. This is how it works actually. Download demo. Let's see the demo. See, let's open the inspect, right? Hmm. To see the actual request, let's see. So I'm just selecting my country, India. It is making a HTTP call, right? Let's see the data. Request post, right? What is the data? India. We are passing. This is this kind of response we are receiving somewhere. These are the request response headers. These are the request headers. Cookie is very important. Just read about it. It goes in every request, right? So we can keep some data, right? All the unique ID we keep here generally in the cookies, so that we can check whether the user is logged in or not. And it is requested by the XML HTTP request. Okay, so it has fetched, the data you can see, right? It has fetched all the states. Now again, we will select some state, Delhi. Then it will fetch the, all the cities, right? This is how it is printing into the, in the drop down. So this is how it works. So you can see on some other sites as well, right? Okay, thank you. You can write down any question in the comment. I will try to respond, right? There only. Okay, thank you.